In the first playoff series in 1998, they finished third on the ladder. The expansion to a top six brings them hope that maybe this could be their year. Cardiff is their full-back, Beckett, Donlan, Woods, Halpenny, Dunniman and Clinch. The forwards, Gannon, Lawless, Goldspink the captain, Tickle, Bloom and McMenemy. And on the bench, Hobson, Thackeray, Flowers, Birchall, and the coach is Steve Linnane, who took over from Gary Mercer exactly a year ago. Well, the Leeds Rhinos, Cummins at fullback. Carl Pratt comes into the side. Jeff Walker then drops to the bench. It's Carroll, Senior, St Hilaire, Ben Walker and Sheridan. Up front, unchanged. Fleary, Bowles, McDermott, Hay, Adamson, Sinfield. And the substitutes. There's Chef Walker with Poaching, McDonald and Burrow. The coach is Darryl Powell. Great crowd in the South Stand for this Good Friday meeting. In 1999, Leeds won this fixture 70 points to 22. They do always find it a little bit harder at either Thrum Hall or now the Shea. Last year's 38-26 win at the Shea was their first in 6 attempts. But it's a different thing here at Headingley. Match referee is Robert Connolly. We're all set. Perfect night, big crowd, great atmosphere, and after yesterday's game on Sky Sports Sevo, something for these two teams to live up to.
Yeah, pretty difficult, but they usually serve up some entertaining football, and it'll be no different tonight, I'm sure. Interesting to see how Halifax, who have spent quite a bit of money in the off-season, to see how they're gelling, but their coach Steve Linnane is pretty confident that he can take Leeds tonight.
Clinch with the kick-off then, deep into the corner. Underneath it is Kevin Sinfield. He makes some progress. Danny Tickle, Johnny Lawless in there very quickly, and also there was David Woods. Leeds then with first use of the football, 50 points to 28. Victors at Wilderspool last Friday against Warrington. They scored 9 tries. They're in a rich vein of form. Bowles, who operated at hooker last week and does so again tonight. Sheridan, the dummy half. Barry McDermott, the Leeds player of the year currently. He gets to the 40-metre line. It's tipped inside then to Andy Hay, and Hay gets Leeds to halfway at the end of the first set of 6 tackles. Here now is Sheridan. He dabs it over the top and between fullback and winger. Halpenny is chasing it, but Cardiff is the man who takes control. A good chase though from the Rhinos.
Great kick from Sheridan. That will be the key tonight. Sheridan against Gavin Clinch. And equal to that, I'm sure, will be the battle between the two standoffs, 2 Australians, Ben Walker, Andrew Dunniman.
Good run from Goldspink, the captain. Good offloading to Lawless as well. Well, Halifax mean business. Their coach Steve Linnane said he was confident they would give a good account of themselves. They have over the past 2 games against St Helens in the Cup and last week against Wigan. But this is a bit of a different kettle of fish when you take on Leeds on their own ground. Goldspink again to his feet. Lawless, the dummy half. It's on the last. Lawless with the kick, and he finds the direction, although maybe not necessarily the distance. Steve Linnane is coach. Young coach at Halifax. As I say, he took over exactly a year ago from Gary Mercer, and he's rebuilt his squad throughout this winter. But Lawless, he remains a key member.
Certainly does try to get on the blind side, but he was put under a lot of pressure. I must say that both sides pretty keen to get into the defensive patterns, but Matt Adamson, the Leeds second rower, he really has put himself about, has come up with 2 monstrous hits already.
That was a good first run from Tony Carroll, and this now is Kevin Sinfield, tackled by Danny Tickle low down. Vowles at dummy half. It's with Andy Hay. Hay skipped away from 1, but Tickle was there doing the tackling duties again.
Interesting to see how Darryl Powell, the Leeds coach, is using Hay way out wide, in fact outside the 2 centres.
Vowles, Sheridan, and here now is Ben Walker. Adamson on the charge. It was high from Jamie Bloom.
Well, there's a rough character, is Jamie, the South African, little doubt about it. Through the inside, and the Australian felt it from the South African. It's going to be one of those games, I'm sure. We saw a tough encounter last night. Both sides just absolutely battered each other, and I think we'll see the same tonight.
Darryl Powell in the centre. On the right of your screen, it's Malcolm Reilly. And of course Malcolm Reilly, a former coach of Halifax, a former coach of Leeds as well, if memory serves. Well, Ben Walker, needless to say, 9 goals this season, 7 from 9 at Warrington last week, 64 points in the opening 5 games for the Rhinos. And from this range, it's an easy 2 points. So Leeds have the early advantage, courtesy of a touch of indiscipline from Jamie Bloom and the boot of Ben Walker. Leeds fans happy.
They certainly are. You mentioned the man Ben Walker. A lot of them disappointed, of course, with the loss of Justin Harris. He was a golden boy here for many years. But I tell you what, they have taken to this Australian Ben Walker like a dream. And why not? He has provided some absolutely scintillating rugby league football.
Yes, he's the Super League man in form at the moment. Clinch restarts again. Another deep kick-off. Underneath it once more is Sinfield. He gives it to McDermott to run the ball back.
Oh, what a hit there!
Great hit from Gannon, that one.
Oh, Gannon took him on and came up trumps.
This is Vowles now.
Oh, look at this. We said it was going to be tough, and it certainly was. Jamie Bloom helping out. Oh, that was pretty high. That was right into the face.
He's lost it.
Clinch got an elbow.
And the referee has spotted that, and he has given the penalty to Leeds.
Definitely Clinch got right into it. You can see there the right elbow right in the face of the big prop forward. He's in absolutely beautiful form, is Barry McDermott. He was a star last year here at Headingley, and he's in a rich vein of form, I'll tell you.
This is Andy Hay now. Good driving run from him. Tickle stood his ground well, with a little bit of help from Gavin Clinch. Halted that run.
Andy Hay went looking. He went looking for the man that got to him, Tickle, and Tickle said a few words because Hay was running and using the elbows as far as he was concerned.
This is Kevin Sinfield now for the Leeds Rhinos. 3 tackles gone. They lead 2-0. We've had 5.5 minutes, and it's with Barry McDermott. McDermott gets them to within 30 metres of the Blue Sox line, who come into this match after back-to-back defeats against Helens in the Cup and Wigan. Just 3 away wins, by the way, throughout last year. That's the size of their task. This is Carroll. Quick play the ball. Adamson finds Walker. The high hanging kick. This could cause panic. It has caused panic. It's come back to Walker. They must score.
Sure.
It'll be a stroll in for Hay. Andy Hay with the try. The referee, though, Rob Connolly, has not given it. Any interference?
Yeah. I don't think there was. Now then, I think that Sini was actually going for the football. This has got to be given. We saw last night Rayner take out McAvoy. He went for the ball.
Not the best effort from Beckett.
Yeah, Beckett. Well, maybe he was confused by it, but that's part of the game. With Sini going across the line of the ball as he would see it. This will be TRY, no doubt about it.
You're absolutely right. And Andy Hay, who scored a try against Warrington last week, registered number 6 in the Super League for this year.
Well, this will be one thing that Steve Linnane will be disappointed with. Robbie Beckett, not the best attempt there. Maybe he lost it. The lights here are very high indeed. A lot of players have complained that once the ball goes high, and it certainly did from Ben Walker. But look how Senior goes across the line. Maybe the hand just was sufficient to put him off. Either way, it was a stroll for Hay. They got up to the flyer.
They have, and Andy Hay has come up with, actually, it is his 7th try of the season, if you include League and Cup. And 11 tries is his career best in 1999. There's a note in the book for Steve Linnane, the Halifax coach. Maybe it will be to teach Robbie Beckett how to defuse the bomb. Walker with the conversion. He kicks them from everywhere, this fellow. Leading point scorer in the NRL last year with 279. And he's well and truly on the way for Leeds this year.
Such a relaxed effort. And this was a relaxed effort too by the winger Beckett. The man who kicked it, Walker, snapped it up. They had the overlap. They had 3-on-1. Clinch, should I say, was clutching at the gum shield, and as quickly as possible he wanted to berate his players. And why not? It was not the best effort. No one came to the assistance either of Robbie Beckett. It was a clean run for Senior to put him off.
So a dream start for the Rhinos. They lead 8-0. 8 minutes on the clock. They're going at the rate of a point a minute. Vowles to Sheridan. Walker and Carroll. Difficult man to stop. And he did well with Stuart Donlan.
Just hung on to him, just got a little bit of the shirt.
Here's Adamson now. Great offload to Walker, who gives it inside to Fleary.
Pretty hard to grab hold of the shirt these days in modern times. A lot of the players and clubs have them very tight fitted.
Wonderful sweeping move here from Leeds. Andy Hay. This is the way it looks head to head. That's the size of the task that Halifax face. Only 4 victories on this ground. And in Super League and playoffs, it's a little tighter, to be fair, but that's probably due to Leeds' relatively poor record at either Thrum Hall or their new ground, the Shea. On the bounce into the arms of Donlan. Halifax need to regroup. They could do with scoring next.
Well, we mentioned the fact the two half-back, Dunham and Clinch, they have to start combining. Interesting though, Leeds, their tactics. They were using Kevin Sinfield early in the game to take first receiver. He was trying to control it. They're obviously shielding Sheridan and Walker for later on in the game.
First time Halifax have been in Leeds half here. And that's Duneman with the high hanging kick. It's a tester for Cummins. Cardis has contested it well. It was Cardis who got the hand to it though. It's play on.
It would have been knock on.
No, it went backwards.
Well, I thought, I'm on about the Halifax player knocking on. That's the reason why he allowed fullback Cummins the advantage in the official.
Here now is Carl Pratt restored to the starting lineup. Keith Senior tackled by Jamie Bloom. Vowles, quick play the ball from Leeds. That's been the feature of this opening 10 minutes. Plus the runs from the prop forwards like McDermott. Sheridan. Up the middle he goes.
Ooh, grab there, Clinch.
Round the collar, says Robert Connolly. Walker drifts the kick over the top. Colm Halpenny has to turn and he will just watch it run dead in goal.
That's the first poor kick that we've seen from this fella. Key
duel between Walker and Andrew Duneman tonight. And at the moment, it's a points victory to Ben Walker.
A lot of people in Australia thought perhaps that Ben Walker would have got a few honours over down under, but he's only appeared for the Australian under-19s, but he is one of the world's best footballers in my opinion.
Offside Leeds, just a bit too quick out of the blocks.
And that is relief, and they needed it. Leeds out on the roll. Little doubt that Robert Connolly had plenty to select from. And then what can Halifax do? This is the first real opportunity to put the pressure on.
And this is Donlan, and he's found Halpenny down the wing. Halpenny switches it back inside to Donlan. Good tackle by Carroll.
Great play there.
Halifax want to get on with it quickly. They do now with Duneman. Duneman then into Clinch. Clinch, it goes wide to Cardis. And Cardis goes for the line. And Vowles was there. But they have the penalty.
He allowed the advantage.
They were all offside, Leeds.
But beautiful work.
What advantage? What are you doing? What are you doing?
If I can get my voice back. Beautiful work by the winger, Halpenny. Super stuff. He evaded and had enough
5 yards offside.
Space to get the ball back on the inside to Stuart Donlan, the centre, and he'll gleefully accept these 2 points.
Andrew Duneman, influential man. He fractured a cheekbone at Wakefield last year. But there is the run from Halpenny, and good ball inside to Donlan. And I'll tell you, Steve-O, Steve Linnane talks glowingly of Halpenny.
Yeah.
There's Leeds all offside.
Well, it was Fleary that never made any attempt, and I don't think McDermott made any effort either. But he's a man that's been pinged, and that's why it's in a pretty easy position.
Well, as I was mentioning Colm Halpenny, this is Danny Tickle, by the way. There is Halpenny. He's 22 years of age. He played reserve football at Parramatta, and according to Steve Linnane, he is full of good habits instilled in him by the Parramatta coach Brian Smith.
Well, he's an unknown, isn't he? No one knows much about him, but he showed there, and that's the good connection.
Tickle's successful penalty. It's 8-2.
Just saying that he's a tall fella, is this Halpenny, and if you go high on him, you could see there on that fend, that was a strong fend and a beautiful pass on the inside. Got talent.
He has. But it's Danny Tickle's boot that gives Halifax their first points of the evening. Now they have to work this ball away from their own line in the shape of Jamie Bloom. Taking on Marcus St. Hilaire and Ryan Sheridan. Halpenny, the dummy half. Ball tipped inside. There's Halpenny, rather, pardon.
Good combination we see yet again from Adamson going low. Barry McDermott finishing them off. Pretty hard to offload when you've got a combination like that. And that fella Steve Linnane is fully aware of this solid defence that Leeds has done.
McDermott leading the way. Yeah, McDermott and Adamson leading the way. And Goldspink looked to have lost that. Lawless, the dummy half. Back it comes to Clinch. Clinch under pressure from Fleary, gets the kick away. And that, I think, will skip dead, or will it?
Oh,
no,
great
kick. And St. Hilaire has to run it back, and the chase is good.
Well, there were 6 Halifax chasers there. That'll lift their spirits. Put under a lot of pressure. They used Andrew Dunneman to stand on the right-hand side. Leeds put pressure on there, but it was a neat switch back on the inside to Clinch, who got away a good kick. Offside.
Halifax offside now. Crowd in the south stand screaming at Robert Connolly to blow the whistle, and he obliged.
Well, he won't get any Easter eggs really from the south stand mob. That's the official, that is. Looking pretty fit though, Robert Connolly.
Andy Hay, quick play the ball to Bowles. Sheridan now. Fleary's the runner. Trying to drill a hole up the middle. Bloom stood his ground with help from Lawless. Fleary is put to the deck.
Running onto the football with a lot of venom.
Sinfield now. And here is Senior. And Senior still. Well, it's all hands to the pumps, and Jamie Bloom is all over the show in defence. He'll have to be again here now, because this is McDermott. Flicks the ball back to Bowles. Here is Sheridan. Sheridan keeps the movement going to Fleary as he was tackled.
Good scrambling defence, but they were on the rack there. As Eddie mentioned, Jamie Bloom is not getting up into the faces quick enough.
Adamson, this is Carroll. Carroll out to St. Hilaire, who'll bring it back, goes for the line, and he's held up just short.
Good work from the New Zealander, Carroll. Well, wasn't a touch there.
Well, they made a bit of a porridge of that, Leeds.
Yep. Well, not the best attempt by St. Hilaire. He really should have tried to stand square.
So there's somebody pulling the shorts off him as well.
I know that, but he's probably trying to milk the penalty. You're better off with getting the possession, especially when you got such a good combination of short kickers in Walker and Sheridan. Oh, good hit. Oh, over the top. Vowles felt that one. And he's holding his head. Oh, good tackle.
Great tackle from St. Hilaire.
It had to be as well, because he was off his mark. He was off the touchline. Oh, there's some big hits. Goldspring came out best again.
He did well then. Last tackle though for Halifax. Here's the half-time situation from Widnes. 14-4 over Wakefield. The kick downfield is another good one. The chase will have to be as well, led by Lawless.
Good thinking, the dissecting the fullback and the winger, giving the chasers the opportunity to get into their faces yet again.
Well, Halifax desperate to try and stop Leeds from getting up to their feet and playing the ball quickly, trying to just to slow them down a bit. Look, testing the referee's patience maybe. Cummins to Sheridan. It goes wide to Walker. Walker then to Sinfield, flowing stuff again. Senior, he's not tackled, he is now by Clinch. Here's Carl Pratt. Now Andy Hay. That's the last. And it's left to Bowles to hoist the midfield bomb. Oh, it was nearly taken.
Surely interference.
Well, Tony Carroll will score. The referee will ask the video ref to look at that, I'm sure. Tony Carroll's over the line.
Well, I'm sure he was taken out. I think Francis Cummins was interfering. He picked up the pieces, did Tony Carroll. He got a play to the whistle, and that's what he did. Didn't stop. This is the kick. And I think it was Francis Cummins, was it, that went through? No, it was Adamson, I think. Adamson went over the top. Oh, he's taking the man. But was he attempting to go for the football? Will it be deemed as an accident? You can see that Adamson is looking for the football, but he did interfere with the man. Did he go off the air? No, he didn't. Well then, he went for the football and then pulled out. Now the video referee has got to deem whether Adamson was trying to take advantage of the issue. If he deems that he went for the football, it's hard to decide. That is what he's got to do. You can see that Adamson is not looking at the player, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this will be a try. It's a difficult one. I'm going to go for no try.
Well, you might be wrong, because the video referee has seen enough. Interesting this. He's given him the benefit of the doubt, Matt Adamson, and Tony Carroll gets a 4-pointer. The reason he's been given benefit of the doubt, if you watch that replay closely, you will see that Matt Adamson's eyes were on the football at all times, and he didn't attempt to take the man out. So Tony Carroll is credited with his first try of the year in Super League.
Well, you're taking advantage, and this fella's playing hooker tonight for Leeds, Adrian Vowles, and he was watching it all the time. It's whether that's a ploy or not, we don't really know, but it's a damn good one. And they came up trumps, and as everyone should do, any youngsters watching, you don't stop and wait for the referee, you carry on. You play to what we classify as the whistle. He did, and he has put Leeds further ahead.
The New Zealand international, 23 tries in 28 last year, Leeds top scorer, and he's got his season's tally in the Super League underway here tonight. Now then, Ben Walker, 2 from 2. Taking his time with this, very precise.
Pretty high tee as well, isn't it?
Apparently there was a call at a coaches' meeting earlier on this year. I understand that maybe those kicking tees would be outlawed in the game, but they are in evidence. And Ben Walker says thank goodness that they are. They are ahead by 14 points to 2.
An amazing stat this year. How many tries have been scored already in Super League this year from the high kick? We saw Jason Smith last night put it into absolute perfection, and it was a difficult one for the video referee, and the fact that Adamson was eye on the ball at all times came up with a 4-pointer.
Well, that's why they were given the try, because there was no intent to take the man out. Here's McDermott again. He's run this ball back from his own line on every kick-off so far tonight, and that's the best yet. Midway through this first half, Leeds ahead 14 points to 2. Whirlwind start. Can Halifax live with them? Phil Clark's watching on the sideline. Phil?
Well, the first thing you talked about is they've kicked off every time to Barry McDermott. It might be a different tactic to kick at the other side, because he's one of the best players in the world at that return when the side charging down at him. I think Steve Linnane will probably be upset as well by the fact that his side, they never got any quality possession for the first 10 minutes, and they hung in there and yet conceded 2 tries through kicks. And that'll really hurt him, really. They were so simple to do. But as Steve has pointed out, the number of tries now coming from kicks is perhaps a reflection of the improvement in defences from a lot of teams, getting to the last tackle and teams putting that kick up. So Halifax now, they know can't switch off until they've got possession, and they really have a red alert call on the 5th tackle.
This is Darryl Cardis. Actually, off air, Steve-O, before Phil was making the point that Halifax have put in such a huge effort over the past 2 weeks to get pretty close to both St Helens and Wigan, Could they back up and do it 3 weeks in a row here this evening? And the start that Leeds have made indicates that maybe it's just a little bit too much for them.
Well, there's no excuse so early in the season. It is a long, hard road all the way through to the grand final, and you can't be thinking that. You've got to be a little bit more confident. You've got to be full of your, well, psychologically, you've just got to keep lifting yourself. Every side has to do it, and only the champion sides can.
Lawless, terrific run from Lawless. He's all on his own, and St. Hilaire had to come to him.
That was poor play though by Stuart Donlan. He really should have gone on the outside. They both took the option.
Well, here's a high kick now from Halifax. Launched by Duneman, the ball has bounced. It's going to be a try here, and it is for Robbie Beckett. Referee's not given it yet. He's going to give it to the video referee to decide.
Something for the offside, John.
Just wants to check whether he's offside, yes. But the former Penrith Panther, Robbie Beckett, might have got his third try of the year here.
Well, they gave him plenty of time. Andy Hay was very late coming into him. Not that it was a bad attempt at a tackle, but it just showed you that Andrew Duneman had all the time in the world. Well, this looks okay when we look on the right shot. Yeah, he comes very late indeed. This will be TRY, and yet another from the high kick. It's bombing time. Pratt lost it. And the same thing that happened for Carroll's try, someone taking it out. In fact, all three tries virtually coming from the fact that somebody somewhere has been interfering when the ball has been in the air. This will be TRY.
And it is. Robbie Beckett gets the try. He's played in every match so far for the Blue Sox. 7 years at Penrith. Third try of the campaign for 27-year-old Robbie Beckett.
Well, this was a great effort from the hooker Lawless, and for once the Leeds defence, first and second markers through it. You could see there that Donlan had gone the wrong option. Not easy, but this guy, as I said, had plenty of time to pinpoint accuracy with the kick. Pratt was all at sea, Beckett wasn't.
Yes, try from another high kick. And there's the stats on Robbie Beckett. Good career with the Penrith Panthers. Now then, Danny Tickle. 14-6, this for 14-8. And Halifax back within a converted try. You know, they've only had the ball in their hand a couple of times in dangerous situations, and Halifax have scored points each time. And they have 6. From that, they have 8 in total. Leeds are ahead.
Well, it's been a bomber of a night so far, hasn't it?
Bomber?
3 bombs, 3 tries.
I thought you said something else.
I pronounce my B's very strongly.
How do you pronounce your O's? Walker's restart into the arms of Bloom.
Listen, I'd get a job as Father Christmas anytime.
That ball has come free, and Bloom is saying it was 2-1. Oh, and the referee says play on. So Leeds have got it back.
Well, I think they had a bit of a cause there to have a complaint to the official. It looked as though there were 2 men in attendance. Waved away from Robert Connolly.
It'll be worth having a look if McDermott and Leeds score in this set of 6.
What a workhorse. You'd think he was 20, never mind 29 years of age, Barry McDermott.
Vowles fires the pass to Sheridan. Goes further wide now to Captain Cummings.
Good tackle from David Woods, the experience showing there.
So Leeds will come the other way.
If you're going to come out of the line, you've got to make sure you get the contact. They failed to do that. Sinfield's offloaded.
To Senior. And here is Senior. Flicks it back. Good hands here from Leeds again. Walker taking them on himself. They had the overlap out wide with Matt Adamson.
Oh, it could have been a penalty. We're all over Walker there. They've gone the short side.
Vowles to Sheridan. Sheridan straightening it up. Loses it. Halifax breathe a sigh of relief.
Well, maybe a little bit of justice has been done there. But full credit to this Halifax scrambling defence. They've been put under so much pressure. But the way that this prop forward is playing Barry McDermott, he's taking them apart. Not only down one end of the field, but the other as well.
Yes, Clarkey said earlier on, maybe when Halifax have to kick off again, they'll maybe kick to the other side, because McDermott is a great returner of the football from kickoffs.
Well, I suppose they work on the principle that if McDermott does make the break, they'll turn around and catch him. No offence to Barry.
Doonerman floats the ball out wide. Here's David Woods. Now it's with Beckett, and Beckett has cut inside. Cummins got to him though. Oh, that was a big challenge by Pratt as Beckett went down.
I think he was lucky that Leeds man just slipped off his legs.
Clinch gives it to Cardis. Cardis gets away from one, can't get away from Sinfield, who collared him, and Andy Hay finished him off. It's the last tackle here for Halifax. It's with Lawless. Now it's with Clinch under pressure. He got the kick away. Great take by Cummins, and Bloom was right underneath him.
Well, we've waited 26 minutes from someone to take it pretty cleanly under pressure, and Francis Cummins was superb. Good work from Pratt.
Great run. And they have the penalty now for the second snap. I think it was by Gavin Clinch, and now 10 metres further forward because somebody has back-chatted the referee.
Well, we mentioned the fact, didn't we, that there's no point in just having a few words. It was Clinch.
Was a bit harsh, but Clinch should keep his mouth shut, really. If it was Gavin Clinch.
We said yesterday that it's only the captain that's allowed to talk to the referee.
Senior to Fleary, Bloom, and also there Shane McMenemy. Walker, a rare mistake.
Well, he's human, and you could see that even for an experienced top player like Ben Walker, he just took his eye off the football.
He was a bit embarrassed actually last week to get the watch as man of the match, Steve-O, because he fired a couple of passes out wide and Warrington scored with 2 interception tries.
I'd like to make it clear as well that it wasn't my selection.
Oh, you see, that's typical.
I'm just being honest.
It's a committee decision, I thought.
I know. Not going against the committee.
Can you spell democracy?
Vote.
Well, that was not the best pass, but well done for Doonerman for retaining possession for his team.
Full credit, to the Blue Sox. When Leeds raced away at that second try, looked as though they were going to be under still more and more pressure, but they have done exceptionally well. It's been no frills from this Halifax set of forwards. Well, that's got to be interfered.
Well,
it's got to be a penalty.
Yes, absolutely.
He's got to do it both sides, and that is exactly what he's done. Little doubt. It was all over Jim Gannon.
Darren Fleary, the man penalised. Over 260 career games for him now.
That was great defence. This second row at Adamson, he really gets through some good work. Oh, swinging arm there. That was intent. He was losing his cool there, and I think he's got him for the holding down, but he's got to have a word with him as well. Yeah. Swinging arm, he's got to. It doesn't have to connect for the referee to bring him and say, cool it, boy. Well, I praise Adamson, and he's telling Cummins now.
No, this is where you listen, I talk, right? Swing your arm over the top as well. Good job he didn't connect. What's your tackling technique? Just a piece of play the ball to you guys. Okay?
Well, it's Leeds who have been warned about the interference of the play the ball. And wisely, Halifax will elect for the 2 points on offer here if Danny Tickle can kick this.
It's in a good position, only 22 metres out. Slightly on the angle. Well, we give a bit of praise for this Matt Adamson, and then he comes up with a swinging left.
He was very confident when I spoke to him yesterday, Steve Linnane, that Halifax would give a really good account of themselves here. Thought it would be a fine match for the Sky Sports viewers. And the scoreline suggests.
Yeah, they haven't let us down.
But a huge ask for Halifax, because Leeds' last defeat here came last August when Wigan won 38-18. But it was one of 5 home defeats, last year for Leeds, and that's an area that Darryl Powell realises that the Rhinos, if they are to be taken as serious contenders for this year's title, they have to improve. Tickle then with this penalty to get Halifax to within 4 points. sweet as a nut. It's 14-10. Halifax are chipping away at that lead.
Well, it was a good connection from Tickle, but once again we see these water carriers running out and players moving when Tickle was running in to take that penalty. It has to be addressed by the officials in this game. You really are not allowed to send out water carriers or move when he's attempting the penalty there, and they're walking towards him. I know you may feel that I'm being pedantic, but there's far too often where these water carriers get involved.
31 minutes gone, 4 points the difference. And McMenemy was looking for the penalty there that never came. Well, Rob Burrow has arrived.
Do you know, Eddie, I've got to actually agree with you on the fact that, you know, Leeds have to really step up a couple of gears to be a real force this season, but I thought there were times when they played Warrington that they were doing that. Their defence is pretty solid, and I think they're getting their attacking act together, especially when Walker and Sheridan combine.
Oh, a lovely little step inside from Donlan, and Stuart Donlan fancies his chances for the corner.
Oh, he should have gone.
The boots let him down.
No, he should have gone. He should have put the ears back and should have gone for that corner.
Duneman with a little kick drifting to the in-goal area.
Close.
Very close, but Robert Connolly spot on. He was right on the spot, and although Gavin Clinch got to it, he was over the dead ball line.
Well, that was a neat chip over, wasn't it? It was pretty close to it. It hits the whitewash just before Clinch arrives, but full credit to Clinch. He tried not to force the ball, but to actually knock it down and knock it backwards into the in-goal area. But they bombed it there. The break from Donlan, he really should have gone for the corner.
Senior's away now for Leeds. What a great break from the centre. Oh, he's backed himself. Great ball out wide. Wonderful try from Carl Pratt. Laid on a plate by Keith Senior, and Pratt leads the applause for his centre. It was a barnstorming run down the left-hand side. There he is, number 4, Keith Senior, who laid it on a plate for Carl Pratt.
Well, it's always a sign of a champion side that can turn defence into attack. It was wonderful play by Senior. And watch him say, go out, yeah. Pratt did it absolutely superbly. A lot of wingers would have perhaps come early and gone on the inside. He looks. Momentum rule came into play there. You can see Robert Connolly was in absolutely wonderful position. Great refereeing, great run from the big fella Keith Senior. The Great Britain international kept his cool, and so did his fellow GB star Carl Pratt. Or should I say English star, not Great Britain. But he kept his cool. That was a sensational effort. Super try.
It's Pratt's first start of the Super League year. And as I say, he led the applause for Keith Senior for the run. Well, as you said, Steve-O, Leeds at Warrington gave a hint that every now and again they can just up the ante, lift the tempo, and it was mirrored absolutely there with Senior's run.
And the sad thing about it, if you're a Blue Sox fan, is the fact that, you know, when Donlan made that break, it could have been even Stevens.
Yes, it could. Walker, well, he can kick them from anywhere. That's why they brought him over from Australia, and he complements the power and pace of Senior and the finishing of Carl Pratt superbly.
Well, if he keeps kicking like this after this wonderful try, great effort. It's a champion player that keeps his cool. Momentum was the reason. A lot of people thought perhaps he was slightly forward, but I mentioned the fact Robert Connolly was in. I'm just saying, if this Ben Walker keeps kicking goals like that, maybe the Welsh Rugby Union will see if he's got a Welsh grandmother or grandfather.
Another deep kick-off, underneath it, Sinfield, tipped inside. And this is MacDonald this time, because the other Mac, Barry, not there anymore.
Well, the big fella MacDonald had his finest game that I've seen for several times. Oh, he's swinging there, and it was no doubt about it that Thackeray had a real goal there at Vowles.
They have the penalty now, Leeds.
Oh, it's on Blom and Fleary. They want to have a little bit of a set to. Bit of difference in weight. He won't take a backward step, I can assure you, with Jamie Bloom.
Well, that was the first one.
Yeah, but that. Look, it's right in the face. Now, I know we've got the benefit of the replay, but surely these touch judges can come in and help. You know, the hands in the face and all that sort of thing, and I don't know.
So Leeds restart on halfway. Sheridan, and here's Cummins, wide to Hay, and when they play out on the fringes, Leeds, they're irresistible. Burrow, the dummy half. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going wrong, though, around the play, the ball.
Well, it's simmering, and it could boil over. Robert Connolly has got to take it. Oh, that'll be a knock-on.
Robbie Burrow lost it there. Has such an impact when he comes into the game normally.
Listen. Hey.
Still only 19 years of age.
A little pat on the head.
Come here.
He'll learn. His mind was thinking of plonking that ball right underneath the sticks. He just forgot to take the pill with him.
Anything else, I'm going to put you straight on the bench. Okay? Keep it out.
Well, that's Jim Gannon and Darren Fleary warned by Robert Connolly. They're obviously having a little go at each other verbally.
Well, that's good thinking by the official as well. Just calm them down. And without having to stop the play, they were setting up for the scrum. And as they were doing that, they did an exception. But Dunneman's away.
Terrific run from Dunneman. Tracked all the way, though, by Pratt and Burrow. Robbie Beckett's in at dummy half. Now it's driven forward, and a good defence from Leeds. It was Danny Tickle.
Well, they've been pretty strong of Leeds' defence, and, well, he gained about another 2 metres forward there.
Well, he believed that the tackle hadn't been completed, Tickle. Witness 30 points to 4 against Wakefield.
Now then, a big opportunity here. Clinch with a kick.
Great kick too. It's a hanger right towards the in-goal area. Well claimed by Marcus Saint-Hilaire.
Diffused the bomb. Saint-Hilaire under a lot of pressure. Excellent effort from Dunneman. And it was Dunneman that put it on, and he put everyone else on side. So there'd be, if that had gone for a try, there'd have been no problem with the referee having to go for an offside situation, because the kicker put them all on side.
Here's Tony Carroll. Leeds with 2 minutes to half-time, looking to turn the screw and do what great teams do, score right on the bell. It's a bit of a roughhouse developing out there, though, and players are eyeballing each other. There's a finger or two being wagged. This is fouls.
Well, it's important that Halifax keep their composure. But a sign of a very good side is one that comes in. Oh, that was late. Jamie Blom went in late to the youngster Burrow, and he gets up looking at him. I'm just saying that Leeds, if they score here, it could finish the game for them.
Halfpenny did well, but brilliant run from Saint-Hilaire.
Well, every tackle has got venom in it. They're rolling them over. The verbals are strong.
Not standing square at the play the ball. Penalty to Halifax. That relieves the pressure. Well, Walker having a go at Rob.
The thing is, the officials should just turn around to Ben Walker and say, thanks for the advice, another 10 metres.
Well, Robert Connolly,
I've said it before.
He's in the bin. He's in the bin. Cummins is in the bin. He has talked long enough to Robert Cummins.
He can talk to the referee. The player who's not the captain gives the official a right going over. Then the captain says a few things and is in the bin.
Well, you can't talk to the referee.
Well, there's a different way you can talk to referees. Obviously, well, he thinks that he knocked it in before his feet put outside, but
well, it was the touch judge's decision.
Well, of course. How can they take that? They could suffer.
They could, because here comes David Woods looking for a penalty. Never came. Dunneman, and now it's with Thackeray.
Well, I think Darryl Powell, the Rhinos coach, would be happy he can get to him at half-time. Calm things down. It's played into Halifax's hands.
Dunneman got support from Gannon, and Gannon, does he get it? No, he's dropped it. Or did he get it down first time?
I think he has, but he'll go to the screen. Oh, he's got the... Well, surely he's got to go
to the screen.
Why on earth can he do that? Gannon is absolutely...
Well, he's saying it's a forward pass.
Well, that took an eternity for the whistle to blow. And then what about the momentum rule? That was fine. Did he get it down? He's not... But that...
Well, that's never a forward pass.
Never a forward pass in a million years. Well, if this is forward, my hair will grow back tomorrow. We spoke about the momentum rule when Keith Senior served up to Pratt for their try, and there's no way in the world that that could be even qualified as anything near.
It was just a question then whether the ball was grounded over the line, but if it was or wasn't, he should have gone to the video ref, but he decided that that was the forward pass. And it's the same touch judge who gave this one.
His feet are in. He's in. Now, it's the hand. Yeah, that should have been play on. That should be all right.
Yeah, because the feet were in the field of play.
But then again, Eddie, we've got the slow motion. He doesn't. He has to make that decision, as the referee has made the decision for the forward pass. But I tell you what, it was an eternity before he put the whistle to his mouth.
We have a half-time of 20 points to 10.